All right. Quick price analysis of Bitcoin. Let's see. So we are, that is $100,000, right? Right, you know, around there. This is a weekly candle. And what we've seen here, again, I'm not going to go through all this as we have in the past. This is going to be short and quick. But we have continued after consolidating for much of 2024. That's from the beginning of March until the kind of middle of October or so, when we began to break out. Although I guess you can argue that we began to break out in the middle of September even. Um, so we've been pushing up, heading towards 100K, which is, I think, possibly going to be within hours, um, almost certainly days. Let's have a look. What is this? This is projection using the Fibonacci. Just you can look that up. ICT's method. Um, I don't remember if he likes to put this at the ends of the wicks or the or just the bodies, but if I think it's the bodies, but anyway, let's if it's the wicks, so we have the projection. Whoops, the furthest out we're likely to hit is 111,000 based on this approach, which isn't, it's quite solid from what I've seen. Maybe 114, but I'm going to be conservative here, and let's use the bodies, and that would put us at 102,000 before maybe we have a bit of a retracement. And these are weekly candles, right? So I had marked off approximately between 2 and 2.5. We're measuring a multiplier from this space. So from this last dip down, that was kind of that was manipulation prior to this push upwards. It's not a tool I've studied very much yet, but just something I'm playing around with to learn from doing. So I'm not going to try to pretend that I've mastered all this, or that I have. I just get a bit of a sense of how it's used, but it's something I'll get to soon in terms of studying it. All right, this is weekly. Let's go to daily. All right, on the daily. So we've continued to push up, consolidated for several days, and now we're pushing up again. However, we don't have the bullish displacement that we've had on these candles. So in these candles, we have these bullish fair value gaps, BISIs, but this week we don't have that. So momentum is slowing a bit. We'll have to see where we end off today. That could be very telling, but we are at about 3.5, above 3.5 or right below 3.5 extension. So we've come quite a distance. So, but there's that 100,000 number that everybody is keeping their eye on and anticipating and excited for. So I don't know. I mean, are we going to pull back? Are they going to come back right short and pull back and come back later? Or are we going to push up and then come back? Who knows? Nobody knows for sure. But I'll go one more time frame lower. And if we look at the 4-hour, so what we see here is that this last 4-hour candle, we came back down. So we retraced after hitting a new high of 98,367. That's a new all-time high. We retraced and we went as low as 95,639. Okay. But then we wicked down, didn't stay there very long. So we've rebalanced to some degree some of this imbalance here, and we've begun to climb up. So really in the next few hours, rest of today and tomorrow, we're gonna see whether are we pushing up higher or are we gonna retrace first. Now, one argument in favor of pushing up higher is that we have I'll argue for it and against it, right? It's not exactly clear to me. We did sweep liquidity here, right, above this swing high, and then came back down. But then so this is internal range liquidity, and this is external. And from external range liquidity up here, into internal range liquidity. It's likely now that we're going to go back to external range liquidity uh, further above. Now, what we have here is called trendline liquidity or low resistance liquidity run. There's a decent chance that we're going to push upwards quickly to grab all the liquidity that's above each of these candles. That's one way of thinking about it. On the other hand, we are at the top, so we don't have, we don't have equal highs that we can compare it to. We don't have, like, we can't say, oh, we're gunning for equal highs. So it's hard to know for sure. It's definitely hard to know for sure. If we had not wicked down like this, I would have not been as clear. Like, so going back, this was really just an hour ago, right? But the fact that we wicked down and came back up, and now we're well, if we close above the previous hourly candle, that's a positive sign, I would think. We've respected this hourly BISI here, positive sign that we're probably going to go and take out all-time highs. And if we do that, we're less than $2,000 away from 100K. So, yeah, I want to hit it. Will we? I don't know. But we should, there's a good chance we'll know in the next few hours, certainly in the next day or two. But maybe not. I mean, Bitcoin is going to do what Bitcoin wants to do, and it's not always what we're waiting for. I hope this was helpful.